leapfrogging for the camera shots. Here comes Crockett 20. Making our way through the snow fields, and we're going to have more and more snow as we climb in elevation, leaving the warmer temperatures behind. Beautiful area. It's going to get more and more beautiful, guys, as we go. You watch. Is that not cool looking, dude?
That is gorgeous.
We just finished the first elevation gain, plateaued. We're going to go up here, plateau again up here. We're going to go to the base of that snow glacier, mini glacier, break right, saddle back across that ridge, break over the ridge, and keep on hiking to the base of a huge mountain. And you know what, Crockett, I'm glad we brought the snowshoes from what I'm looking at right now.
It's getting deep already.
Yeah, if you go up there, and depending on what happens with the precip today, it may get like even worse.
I came here about 10 years ago, and I just made it to the falls. Just kind of a... Speaking of falls, you got to change your shorts.
Oh! Sorry to interrupt, Crockett.
I lost my thoughts.
You have been on this hike before, though, a long time ago, right?
I have, but I did not come up to this point, so I turned around before this. So this is the first time I'm seeing it. It's gorgeous.
Oh, dude, the best is yet to come. Sometimes in spring you hear the ground squirrels underneath snow. Do you hear that?
One just barked.
He must be doing some house cleaning. Oh my goodness. Almost couldn't get through that segment. They're underneath the snow. Oh dude, I'm glad I brought my snow baskets on my poles. What do you have in your poles? Oh wait. Crickets. He's got good knees though. Crockett. It is awesome. Actually, dudes, where you are was a training ground for Allie the mountain dog. No lie. I took her up here when she was a puppy because I wanted my dog to have mountain skills. In other words, be all terrain, all temperature, all weather. This is where I took her. I'll roll some pictures in so you can see. And so she was kind of raised in this type of terrain. That way the dog thinks it's the normal way of life. That's what she's raised with. Get a picture of Allie. This is normal operation to her, being out in the woods. That's why she gets so excited when I say mountains to her. Cool. Look at that snowfield, Crockett. Isn't that cool?
That is just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Hear that rushing water and
This is cool, man.
yeah.
little bit cloudy, if that's all right. Thins the crowds out.
Yes.
It's a little bit of work coming up that, huh, Crockett?
Yeah, it is a little bit.
We got the hardest part ahead of us too, dude. We got to hit the saddlebacks, or I'm sorry, the switchbacks, and then we go even more alpine as we go above the tree line. Take it slow. That's a cool view. Dudes, we are going on that, traversing all the way around, up and over. Turn into snow, Crockett. Into the mist we go. Up and over that pass. I'd rather have it cold, dry snow. I really would. You know, a drenching rain gets into everything. See how Crockett's watering up? Pretty much every time you think about it, you should be drinking. I don't care if it's snowing, windy, sunny, cloudy. Stay hydrated. I've seen people faint in these conditions, Crockett, because they weren't hydrated. Same goes for Dogness, but she's been watering up through the creeks as we've come. The waterfalls. Oh, that mist is really coming down, dude. That's cool looking.
I'm impressed. You're 80 pounds. This is my 40 pounds.
It's work, I ain't gonna lie to you, dude. We got a lot of work ahead. A lot of work. Traversing Glacier number 1. This is definitely where you do not want to find yourself in high snow conditions. What are you doing over there, dog? Which shouldn't happen according to weather reports. So we would never come up here in winter time. Springtime, but someone didn't tell Mother Nature. Because of the snow and sleet, it pretty much looks like winter time. Beautiful. Digging deep though, man. This is a hard hike. It is not easy. Really tough, and we're not even halfway there yet. Yes, and I'm carrying an 80-pound pack. No joke. How you doing, dog? Pretty much looks like winter time. Crockett, we wanted snow. We got snow.
We got it.
Kind of slush right now. You can see it laying up on the pack there. Just like I was talking about, all that extra weight to be carried. I'm getting a little bit of a blister, so I want to try to tape it up here. So I'm seeking shelter on this cliff side. I really need my sitting pad though. Don't get your butt wet unless you don't have a choice. So I think I want to pull that out too. Tough. What you think, Crockett?
This is nice. It's tough.
It's a tough hike, isn't it?
Tough. I've got half of what you got. And it's tough.
It is. We're not even halfway done yet either. Crockett's like, don't tell me that.
It's a ball though. It's
Yeah,
fun.
it is. We've had to take a break as we're making our way on up. We just had a bunch of thunder roll in, and so we're being real careful that we don't make ourselves the highest point around here when it rolls in. It cracked pretty hard too, didn't it, Crockett?
Yes, it did.
We may get some of it on film here. Also, we got to layer up. As you can see, it's coming down big time. Oh, it was a lot worse than this a few months ago. It'll come and go. As you hike, as long as you're prepared, you have good layers, you'll be fine. But don't let, and I kind of screwed up, I probably should have put my Gore-Tex pants on a little bit earlier. But I still got my core temperature up, and we're going to protect what we have and layer up. So here comes the Gore-Tex pants. If I still keep getting cold, even while hiking, I don't think I will, but if I did, Thermax layer goes on underneath. Just a pain in the butt, because then you got to take the boots off, take the gaiters off, the socks, and in wet conditions like this, you're going to get soaked. Show them the cliff face where we were, dude.
Right there where Allie's sitting, that's where we're kind of hunkered down.
I was checking my foot because I have a blister coming on, and I just want to make sure it was okay too. Another reason why we had to stop. Allie, free. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, you remember I told you guys about how durable water repellency totally wears out? Here I am on the side of a glacier. Check it. See how that's totally soaked? For guys who say, hey, you need to wash that Nick wax, that DWR restorative. I did. How's it look now? Still waterproof because the membrane's working, but the DWR, not working. It failed about an hour ago. Just what I predicted. Some of that 80 pounds I'm carrying includes a Garmin GPS 60 CX. Why do I need a GPS? How about that right there? We're getting ready to go 0-0 in visibility up here. On a glacier. In a snowstorm. And it may get worse. True or false, Crockett?
Absolutely true.
Yeah, technology can help you. Backed up by a compass. So what a GPS can do is you can mark a waypoint. If you have to return to this position, I can navigate just with that GPS. I don't care if I'm 0-0 in a driving storm. And then Croc and I are discussing like the storm gets really bad. And I want you guys to do this too. Freaking bivouac. You know, we're motivated, we want to get where we're going. But sometimes you have to make the call. It's not safe or smart to continue. And that's the discussions we're having now. And right now we're going to press, but we have a plan B of, hey, you know what, we may come back down here, bivouac, we'll set up the tents, get the food going, get the hands warm, because the hands are chilled since it's so much drizzle, rain, and slush. Just play it by ear, be safe, have your equipment, and chill out. It's no big deal. And check out, this is where we're going, show them right there. We got a bus straight up that thing. And we're getting like alternately 0-0 visibility and then glimpses of it here and there. So what I'm going to do is I'll project a waypoint too. And that will kind of give us a guideline to hike in a straight line if we go 0-0 again.
Right on.
And yes, I know how to project a waypoint on my GPS. Do you? Do you have a GPS?
I have a compass.
Compasses work. Look at Allie. She's like, what's with you guys? Let's go. All right, dude. Here we go.
Yeah, you know, I think I burned a lot of energy on this without the poles.
Highly recommended by Nutnfancy. You're really going to believe that when you're done.
Yep.
By the way, guys wondering about the glacier we're hiking up, how stable it is. It's been subjected to 60-degree or perhaps even higher temperatures in the last few weeks, last month. Very compacted. It's a stable snow mass. That's how I'm evaluating it. Okay, once again, if we had a ton of new snow on it, the situation would be different. Like if this continued to drop, you need a lot, Crockett. I'm thinking probably, I don't know, 6 inches or more I'd be worried.
Yes.
You know, actually any accumulation, I'd pretty much steer clear of it. Any sizable accumulation, just stay in this area right here. This is pretty darn stable right here though, just so you know. This is tough, guys. Tough, tough, tough. Alright, TMPers, when I talk about your LCB, limited capacity body, dead serious. Your body only has so much that it can give you. You have to be tuned into it and do the very best you can to increase your stamina and endurance and all those size and weight considerations, which I preach about in all my reviews, are based on this, the real world, for the last 30 years of my life. There's Crockett down there making his way up the snowfield. Yeah, it's tough, way tough. We're approaching 9,500 feet in elevation, and I'm double checking the map and the GPS to pinpoint our location. I was trying to upload the map data into the GPS, but my laptop crashed, so I wasn't able to do it. Oh! Sucks. Okay, Crockett. You need to have a plan if you break footing and start a little sled ride down that glacier. I really wish you had poles so you could dig it in. See, that's my plan. I start sliding, poles go straight in. If you want, you can go to that rock field and navigate that rock field slowly up.
I'm pretty comfortable.
Okay.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, just take it slow. Dig your foot in nice and solidly, like that. You know how you climb a glacier, don't you? Allie? 25 feet at a time. Set goals for yourself. I'm going right there, then I'm going right there, and I'm going up there, and I'm going up there, and I'll make it up there. That's how you do it. It's hard though. Just ask Crockett. This snow mass is very stable. However, I do have one very serious concern about it. Not that it's going to break out, but it's very slick and slushy underneath. And we really did not come technically equipped for staking in as we were coming up this snowfield. Crockett doesn't have poles, and so that's a disadvantage. I don't like the fact that he doesn't have poles. And so I think we're going to go to our plan B for the hike. Plan A is going up and over the ridge that I showed you, saddling back over there. But honestly, your primary concern, my primary concern is safety. And so if we lose footing without being roped in, down we go like that, and it's just not worth it. So if we come back and do it, let's bring better equipment, get him better equipped, because he doesn't have gloves either. He's got socks on his hands, so that's not good. In essence, I guess I'm the expedition commander, so that's my call, and my primary job is to keep us safe, keep Allie safe. And with that thunder rolling in at the higher elevations, I don't know if I want to be on that high ridge anyhow. You know, high points around here, it's not smart. So that's what we're going to do. Still a great time. Look at the views out there. Gosh, that is just awesome. I'm using my backup camera now. That's why the sound's not so great. Crockett's got my good camera, but the battery just died. So if it alternates in and out between good audio and bad audio, maybe differences in the quality of HD, you'll know why. What do you think, Allie? She's like, that sounds good to me, Dad. So yeah, I'm calling it Plan B, baby. Crockett is tired though, and so am I actually. And so I'm worried about us losing footing and going on a little sled ride here. Snow increasing in intensity. Crockett going up to retrieve Allie's backpack that she peeled off. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Good man, Crockett. He wanted to try the snow poles out too. Trekking poles with snow baskets on them. One of the ferrules is cracked and keeps collapsing, so I need some good old Gorilla Tape. This weather's pretty gnarly, dudes. Another thing that factors into my decision. Crockett's too, but I kind of feel responsible. How's your rain cover holding up?
I think NASA gave me the wrong material.
It's better than nothing though, huh?
I was going to say, it's certainly better than nothing, but
exactly.
You need to go with something like this.
When conditions turn harsh like this today, you know it. This is where good gear can really make a difference. Maybe save your life.
You know what I've noticed too with yours?
What's that?
Is digging in and out as much as we have. You know, I've got to be careful with this.
Yeah.
So I'm not, ripping it because I want to stay dry as much as I can without more options.
This one's bungee corded on. By the way, when we stop here on the snowfield, I call it snowfield, glacier, same thing. You better have your pack secure. If you don't, you might have to retrieve it down there somewhere. That downhill rocks the quads, don't it?
Yes, it does.
Mine are not in shape enough for it, really. With all the weight I got, they're not liking it at all.
You know, I keep saying this, I've got half the weight, and I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting slick as snot.
Isn't it slick?
Yeah.
I was up there, and that's why the accumulation of snow is concerning, and just the slickness of it. I mean, you lose traction, dude. Not good. So, yeah. I feel comfortable with the call.
I do as well.
Let's just go down, and we'll go where we found that one place. That place pretty much rocked anyhow. Maybe another day we'll come back and try this again. Maybe pick a different route. Well, if we go technical like we did today, we'll be better prepared.
Yes. Yes, we will. I will.
Show them your gloves.
These are gloves. Now,
Socks.
Let me give you the background on this. I just read in a book, real quick, about trying to save weight. So, I'm trying it.
What do you think so far? Here you are in harsh conditions at 10,000 feet elevation.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. But I would rather gloves.
And gloves only weigh 2 ounces, dude.
Yeah.
Fleece gloves like the North Face that I'm wearing here, which are not waterproof, incidentally. Oh, I'm showing you him, not the gloves. It's tough to film in these conditions, dudes. These. And you know what? I could have been a little bit better prepared too. Bring my waterproof ski gloves.
You know, I get caught up in, you know, I do these other hikes and the conditions are such, and then you kind of get used to that, forget that, hey, this can turn on you at any minute.
And that's where we are in the hike we're doing today after the long drive. It's like you can get fooled, just like you're saying, down there with the weather in the valleys that it's so temperate, and you come up here and it's 30 degrees, 20 degrees, blowing snow, 20 mile wind, and 20 mile an hour wind, and you go to 0-0 on your visibility. The alpine mists roll in and change your plans, among other things.
Yeah.
Okay, TMPers, Crockett and I were discussing, well, we've been discussing a lot of stuff. We can't get it all on camera because it's just so difficult to film all the time and be safe. Safety's #1 priority here, sorry. But what I was saying, what if we were stuck right here? What if one of us got injured to the point they cannot move any further? What do? Pan around, Crockett, show them our situation.
That's what we got right above us.
Yep. Let's say your dude cannot move. Busted hip, busted leg. You know what I'd do? And this gets to my 80 pounds, guys. I told you in the parking lot I bring contingency items. For this right here, this is what I prepare for. Worst case, for instance, I have a snow blade with me. Not a shovel. It's not as good as a shovel, but it's a snow blade. With that snow blade, I can go ahead and start carving this mountain up. So what I do is carve, and we're not going to do it here because we don't want to stay on a glacier. We don't know how much snow is falling. There could be a rock come tumbling down. But in a survival situation, you do what you have to do. And this would be where we'd bivouac. I would just cut into the mountain right here, a big old notch. Dig all the snow out. Calorie expenditure is not really a player because I have plenty of food with me. Again, getting to my weight load out. I have water with me. Now you see why I brought my own water, Crockett? Mm-hmm. Because I don't want to have to be dependent on going and filtering my water. I want to have it at least a fair amount, even though it is heavy. I take that because it gives me self-containment, just like at this location. So I have water, I have food. All I need to do is bivouac. Dig down to the ground. This snow is only about 2 feet deep, I think. I saw it in other places, that's what it looked to be. Make a shelf, and then I'd use that snow to make a flat shelf. Break out my tent. I'd use my tent tarp as a cover, and then I'd use my poles as tent poles like that to like make a teepee on my tent. And then I have stakes with me. Done. Got the sleeping pads, lay them out. May not be the driest, most comfortable situation in the world, but you'd heat it up quick enough and you'd survive. And I'll tell you, that's what I do. Never give up. Survival's here. It's also here, I mean, the preparedness level you have. But I'll tell you, if you lose your will to survive, you lose hope. You've lost it all, dude. I don't care how prepared you are. It's in the heart, it's in the mind. What do you think, Crockett? Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan to me.
This snow's easily dug too. See how soft it is? It's like packed slush. That's what this snow is, packed slush.
Now we were talking about too, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's snowing. Does it snow for another 10 minutes or does it snow for another 3 hours? What does that do to the snowpack up here? Put a fresh layer of snow on top of this wet slab.
That was another factor in our decision. Because this is not a good place to be when there's a, well, we said that early on when we took that break. Cool. You can just close it. Actually, we're just pretty much sliding down at this point. Crockett did a beautiful, about a 70-meter slide, stopping where he did. He put a nice, graceful turn in it right about there. I'm trying to do it too. I got to be careful with my knees though. We're basically going straight down at this point as we get lower. Digging the heels in, if not sliding, you know, I'm talking like ski sliding. Digging your heels in works nicely safe so you don't go tumbling head first. By the way, right there at where that green area is, that's about an 80-foot cliff. Okay, so if, what I was saying is if we'd lost it on this glacier, you go flying down here and for some reason you pick up some steam, especially Crockett with no poles, you may be flying off of that thing right there, off into space. Don't laugh. It's a great way to die. One of many ways to die up here. Let me ask you TMPers this too, since we're talking philosophy. What do you think your easiest way to die is up here? If you said hypothermia, you are correct. That is the number one way that people die in these conditions, is they let their core temperature drop. They don't make or seek shelter, and then from there it's really tough, really tough. Uncontrollable shaking sets in. Next thing you know, you're dead. Happens very quickly, and you don't need conditions like this. I mean, the conditions right now are about 30 degrees. Luckily the wind died down, cold and humid. Easily get hypothermic in these conditions, but sometimes you can just get hit hypothermic in the summertime. You know, if you, let's say it drops down to 50 degrees, there's people that die all the time for that. Again, go prepared. There's no way I'm coming up in these conditions without preparation. No way. I mean, it's just, that's what I advocate in the Nutnfancy project, is to be prepared. I like the survival shows that are out there. They're cool, but they kind of advocate being unprepared. It's like you have a tin can and a pocket knife, go survive. And can you do it? Maybe. A lot of those shows, they just show the dude being uncomfortable, you know, for several days till he's, you know, rescued, picked up. I don't want to just survive. I want to thrive in conditions like this. So it takes a little bit of preparation and forethought and planning and knowing your gear. I mean, Crockett and I were just talking about the gear lessons he's going to come away with. Me included. I mean, I always learn. Every time I go out, I learn about something. I need to get you off this snow, girl. She's starting to shake, speaking of hypothermia. All right, we'll talk more about this about the camp, around the camp maybe. This Crockett makes a nice, I'll give that about 7 points for style. 7-point slide down the snowfield. Okay, 8 points. Little flare there at the end with a little lemon twist. What I was just saying to Crockett is, and he was saying it too, is this snowfield is deceptive. Oh crap, the fog just rolled in so you can't even see it. What I was going to show you is that the snowfield goes like this and then it really cranks up in steepness. And so what we're seeing here is we're dinking around, sliding down. That is not what we have at the top.
Yes.
You start doing that at the top where we were when I made the call to come back down, you're taking your life in your own hands.
Yes.
So there's a lot of factors. We're not the ultimate experts for sure, but I like to think we got common sense.
Yes.
And that's why we're doing what we're doing. In other words, plan B. It's just a recreational trip. If someone's life is at risk, someone's at the top freezing to death, then maybe our call would be a little bit different. We'd be willing to take more risks that way.
Yeah. You know, one thing too is when you get two guys together or a group of guys together, maybe it's typically a guy thing, but you kind of start egging each other on, and well, no one wants to be that one that says no. You know, I'm kind of that way too.
Yeah, well, you're goal-oriented too, and you don't want to be the pussy in the bunch.
Right.
You want to go, go, go. And I was asking, you know, Crockett on the way up, like, how you doing, dude? You doing all right? And he's like, every single time, he's like, dude, I'm there. I'll be there. No sense, I didn't get any sense that he was not fully committed, so don't misread that. But at the same time, if you are the mission leader, you better make the right call. You better divorce yourself from ego. You better just say, you know what? Bull crap, that we're quitting and we're going to go down. You just may save your life and the lives of those in your party.
Yep.
And we may have very well done that today, Crockett.
Agreed. Agreed.
Here we go again, 0-0 conditions rolling in.
Good. Nice.
Nice, buddy.
Nice.
Impressed with his gear outfit, and I mean, he's got socks for gloves, got no poles, and you know, I just got to say, he's got to pull out a big run to compete here in the Glacier Olympics. Hit it! Here he comes, Crockett, working for the style. He's got to get some big style points on this run. Nice, good technique. He's got to do longer slides. We're looking at about a 7-0 run there. There he goes, nice cutback. He's working the garbage bag rain cover. I don't know if that's going to win over the judges, John. What do you think? Yeah, I got to tell you, Kurt, that's a pretty good run. I'll go ahead and give him about a 7.2 for that one. But I'm with you on that garbage bag rain cover. The snow composition down here lower is really different too, Crockett.
Yes, it is.
It's a lot warmer. I wouldn't say a lot, but it's icier up where we were at the top. It's different.
For me, it's a whole different comfort level of coming down straight. Up top, no. Here, completely fine with it.
Did you try to go down straight up there?
I did. In fact, I tried to come down straight just to see, and it was miserable. I had to cut on the edge. You can't even see it now.
And that's even worse, going to the gravel field.
Yep.
This is ankle twisting gravel.
Yep. Boulder
field.
Yeah, this is much better.
Word, I'm in agreement. Relaxed. Look at that view. That's still a smoking view. All my philosophical ideas are coming to the surface as we're coming on down the snowfield. What I was just telling Crockett is all of your gear expertise comes into a play on a hike like this. That's because you're going from warm to cold, snowy, and wet. You're basically going to get every climate, Crockett.
Yes.
And so you kind of have to have all your bases covered with your gear. If you don't, in situations like this, I'll go ahead and say it. I think it could be life-threatening. If you decide to, you know, come on out and play the game out here. You know, we're not in cell phone range. We're not in anything range, so if something goes on, guess who handles it?
Us.
Us. Big boys program out here in the high alpine areas. It's beautiful. Come on out, but come on out geared. Right, Allie? She's cold. We're trying to get her off the snow as fast as we can. So what light did you bring, dude?
I brought a little Petzl headlamp, but I bought a brand new one, the LD20, the Phoenix.
Nice
LD20.
choice.
Yeah.
LD20, you're absolutely going to love that. Where'd you get it?
I got it from PFI, dude. And let me be straight up honest with you. When I put the order in, I wonder when I'll get this. And I'll tell you what, I put that order in 2 days later, boom, I've got it in time for this trip.
Outstanding.
Very impressed.
Cool. There's the glacier we just came down off of. Another factor in our decision, we're running out of daylight. I'm not too stoked about being up on that cornice at night, picking my way along with a headlamp in unfamiliar terrain. Sorry, not doing that. Not up there.
Some of the comments I've seen,
Yeah.
there's guys who go in and say, well, you guys are just selling stuff. You're just selling stuff. And that was an honest conversation right there. Completely honest.
Yeah, and I like to think all of TMP is that way.
Yep.
We just had a nice conversation up on the Glacier, if I'm not mistaken, about how important certain gear items are.
Yes.
For your personal safety. So, I think, you know, reviewing these items, I'm talking guns, maybe flashlights, knives. Dudes, good information, hooking you into the lowest possible price, that's fun. It's cool, it hooks you up for stuff like this. And it's internal. No external influences drive TMP, bro. None.
Right on.
It comes from internal. It's not the manufacturers, it's not, hey dude, we'll give you this gear if you review it. No, man, I may review it. I'll usually buy it. Can't guarantee it's gonna be a favorable review. My allegiance is to my TMPers, and that is honest as well. All right, bro, let's bust down to that stand of timber and see how it looks.
Sounds good.
And TMPers, we're gonna be kind of running out of light, which kind of sucks because I don't like filming at night. It produces low quality video, grainy. Well, I'll play that one by ear. We don't know what the firewood level's like here. This is a high use basin, so chances are it's gonna be probably picked pretty clean. I just don't know.